diamonds, all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday afternoon on a beautiful weekend here in the Chicagoland area. I have decided that today's weather is the perfect weather, and I need to find a place to live that's like this every single day. It's 84 degrees, and it's sunny, slightly breezy. The sun is warm, but it's not it's not humid. It's beautiful outside. Absolutely beautiful. So I need to go find some place to live that every day is like this, and I will be a happy, happy man. I hope everyone is doing well today. Sorry, no costume today. That was fun last week. We got a lot of interesting feedback. My favorite one was Kathy of Pucky Pie Pours. Eve said that Kathy looks over and says, "Did Rich just have that costume laying around somewhere?" And I thought that was funny. So you never know. You never know what may come up. And hey, if it's gonna put people in a good mood and make people laugh a little bit, let's go ahead and do it for sure. So let's see who is here today. We have Lee and Lenore here setting up the table, bringing in the beverages, the waters, pretzels, marshmallow, fruits. Wouldn't some nice watermelon be good today? I didn't get watermelon this week. I need watermelon. That would be fantastic. Anyway, so thank you, Lee and Lenore, for setting that up, and everyone help yourself. Hi, Gabrielle. Welcome on in. Melanie, hello. Let's see. Jaylee Lee, hello. How are you? Hi, Carol. Gail is here. Gail Pierce, hello. Welcome on in. Let's see. My mouse is going crazy. Gail, Gabrielle, Jaylee Lee, everyone's saying hi. Sarah Ann, hello. Welcome on in, Sarah Ann. I hope you're doing well. Mudnut, hello. Jaylee Lee says it's rainy and 70 in Georgia. Crazy for August. I can't remember if it was raining or not. It's been raining a lot around here, but in overcast, so the sun is nice, but oh well. Can't win everything. Gail Pierce says San Diego. I've heard that. I have heard that, but I'm afraid of California cracking off into the ocean. And with all the earthquakes and volcanoes erupting that we have now, that is an extreme possibility. So we had the earthquake over in Russia that everyone had the tsunami warnings, and then was it yesterday or earlier today? There was one on the East Coast, like Washington or New York and New Jersey area. I don't know. You don't have to believe in global warming, but the Earth is not happy. That's all I have to say. She's not happy, and we're not doing the right things for some reason. Hi, Val. Welcome on in. Carol says she agrees. It's the perfect weather here. It really is. And I took Sammy out a little bit before this, and I was standing. I'll tell you about Sammy in a minute. I'm waiting for him, and the sun is just so warm, but then there's a breeze to blow any heat away, it's not stifling or anything. It's beautiful. Melanie says Seattle land is 66 and blue skies with fluffy white clouds. I don't see any clouds. But that sounds nice too. 66, maybe a little chilly to some, but I like that. Let's see. 84. She says 84 degrees is not perfect weather. It's too hot. It's been 90 something, so 84 is just fine. Just fine for today. Hi, Margaret. Welcome on in. Shelly, hello. It's nice seeing you last night on Shay's live. Nice seeing your face. Lee says it's 92 in his part of Florida. 92 and probably super humid, right? I don't like humidity. Mutnet says it's in the low 80s in Maryland and cloudy, but talk of going back into the high 90s this week. Christopher, hello. He says, yes, we had a 3.0 here in New Jersey. That is weird. I have felt one earthquake in my life that was because supposedly I'm right on a fault line or near a fault line. And there was one time that I thought the dog had bumped into the couch I was laying on and got up and the dog was nowhere around. And sure enough, later on that night, they reported that there was a earthquake. And so I'm assuming that was it, but never felt anything other than that. Sarah Ann says she walked to a new park with one of her kiddos this morning, walked back home, and it was a hot walk. Jay Lily says, I'm watching Will and Grace. Jack just said he mentioned a beaver house. Well, and Anastasia Beaverhausen, Karen's pseudonym. There's a lot. The beaver feeds a lot of popular culture. Eve, hello, welcome on in. She says it's 80 degrees there. Jay Lily, she's felt one here in Georgia at 4 a.m. Yep. Val's in Florida. It's so hot and humid. I live in the AC or the pool. Agree. I will put up with humidity as long as there's a pool. That's why I go on cruises. As long as there's a pool, and plus it's so dang, at least on the ship, when you're on the ship, it's so dang windy that you really don't notice. But then you go and you get off at a port and you're like, holy crap, there's not a breeze in anywhere. And 82 days to go, 82 days to my cruise that I'm looking forward to. I purchased the drink package went on sale. I purchased the drink package. Not that I really need it, but I don't want to have to worry about a big bill at the end of the cruise. So it'll cover everything from coffee to my waters, to my pina coladas, to my MasterCards, all that good stuff. Totally looking forward to it. Although the second wrong thing has happened on the ship that I've gone on today or yesterday. Some guy flipped over the wall of the infinity pool. There's an infinity pool at the back end of the ship, and this guy supposedly there's like where the glass is so that it looks like it goes on for infinity. There was a ledge and he dropped his sunglasses and he's trying to crawl over and get them, and then he flipped over. He fell on the that platform that keeps stuff from falling to the decks below. But still, people, what the hell? I don't understand. And like even someone had posted, they're like, that thing is like 6 something. That wall is 6 something. Even like the balconies and stuff come up to here on me. It's like you are doing something stupid if you fall off a cruise ship. I'm sorry. Let's see, 91 in northern Colorado. That seems warm. I don't go to pool if it's over 90. It feels like bath water. Yeah, but I rather do that than be hot. Let's see. Folks are saying hi again. Jeanette says, I agree. She was going to do a quilt temperature product. I put that on hold. Yeah, I'm doing that temperature project, diamond painting. I don't think my progress report has gone up yet, but it's getting very colorful. It's fun. That it's nice to see it. I followed the color scheme that came with like the suggested color scheme, and it's really working out well to be very mute and muddy, in January and February, and now it's getting very, very colorful. So I'm looking for that. Let's see. Hello, Anxiety Art Adventures, Jeanette Grams. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Jeanette says, I heard about that. I agree. Why would you do that? I'm assuming that And Eve says, dumbass, as Berta would say. Leaning over the edge, absolutely. I would go get somebody and be like, hey, is there a way? But so I messaged my cruise buddy. I sent her the small article. There was a video. And I says, it looks like we have a new place to people watch. And we're going to have to bring popcorn. And originally, I would have been able to see that from my room because we're trying out, this ship has rooms that face aft. And we're on the very top deck looking out. And originally I was right, there's an opening, like it's like a big U, and the pool is in the center of these two openings. I would have been able to see that, but I said, I want the one on the outside. And the travel agent was able to switch it. So we're on opposite ends of the ship, but we will still find places to people watch for sure. And there's a bar right above us. So that's really good. Let's see. Hi, Joe. Welcome on in. Eve says the only way I can be out in heat is to be in a pool or the ocean. Agree. Let's see. Oh, people are talking about Jeanette's interview with Tammy. Yes, that was an amazing interview, Jeanette. Well, no, your story was amazing. And the funny thing was, who was I talking to afterwards? You had said at one point during the telling your story, you said, I haven't really talked about this before, but I'm like, how do I know this story though? Like, I knew that you jumped off the truck and hurt your foot again and so I was asking, I think Berta and Melanie maybe, and Melanie goes, oh, she mentioned it in like a Zoom live or something somewhere. So I'm like, okay, good. Cause I thought I was having a mental connection there, but amazing story. If you want to hear about just interesting story of how medical things can just go wrong a little bit maybe, and she has the fantastic attitude about the whole thing. Go check out Diamond Painting with Tammy, or Diamond Painting with NMD Tammy. That was her live last Thursday. Judith Hood is here. Hello. Jeanette is asking LNL their given name, and I see he's down there below. That is Lee and Lenore. Lee and Lenore. Lenore also, if you haven't seen the vendor or the sponsor video that Tammy put together for Ozanog, you got Lenore singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow in the middle of that video. So let's see. Oh, hey, Crash. How are you? How do you, Goofy Goober? That's quite the alliteration there. Goofy Goober. Hi, Crash. Welcome on in. Hi, Whiskey Witch. How are you doing? What are you doing? What are you drawing? What I saw the last witches were up. What are you working on now? Anxiety Art Adventure says, I've never been on a cruise. It was always my bucket list. And I think I blame the Love Boat. Growing up at the Love Boat, I always wanted to go on a cruise. And my cruise buddy, Lisa, both of us, let me explain to you, when we met, we worked together at the same bank. And she walked by my office one day, and she was going to say hi. She's telling me this later. She goes, but I look so mean and unapproachable. She's like, I'll just keep walking. Well, I walk by her office all the time, and she looked mean and unapproachable. So finally, we are we good? Like, and now we like hang out like there's no tomorrow. And the funny thing is that I am much like her when it comes to cruising. So everyone she goes on a cruise with, she went on a cruise with a girlfriend not too long ago. She goes, I miss you. I only want to cruise with you from now on. And I'm like, well, okay, I mean, whatever. But I have not traveled at all for a couple years because I've been, waiting on Sammy's health to improve. So I'm looking forward. Before the 82 days, at the end of September, I'm going to Lone Star Retreat. So that'll be my second time away from home in the past couple years, and I'm looking forward to that as well. But Eve says, Lenore's speaking over or singing over the rainbow is everything. I agree. That whole video is everything. If you have not checked that out, go check that out because it is an awesome video. Crashly says we saw Fantastic Four at the drive-in last night. Cool. Lee is asking for more story time in the future. I have something for you today, so hold on. Crash, that's fantastic. The last drive-through that's near me closed a couple years ago, but I really liked going to the drive-in. It was a lot of fun. I think the last movie I saw there was Venom, but let's see. Berta, oh my God, why? Berta, why? I decided to cook homemade chili spaghetti. I'm exhausted. Well, that sounds sort of good, Berta. Where's mine? I want some. But I know Berta does. She doesn't cook a lot, and when she does, she complains about it. I guess I don't know. Crashly says, "What the heck is chili spaghetti?" I'm picturing like, is it Cincinnati, where it's like chili, really watery chili on spaghetti? But I'm also thinking of like chili mac, but whichever. Melanie says, Bertie, you might as well sleep in the bathroom. That's a lot of information there, but not totally inaccurate. Jay Lily's giving a reminder, hit the thumbs up and the notification button. Anxiety, what a great way to meet a bestie. Yeah, we quickly bonded. We hated where we worked. It was an awful, 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 awful place. Like, I know people complain about their jobs a lot. This place, it was awful. The people running it were so corrupt. As an auditor, I discovered something, and I was told I could not write it up or else I'd be fired. So just putting that out there. So we hated where we worked. So we would go out to lunch, do a little something, something. And there was a lot of, sometimes a couple too many at the lunch hour, but hey, it made the afternoon so much more pleasant. Two meanies united. No, we're not meanies. We're really not. I don't think we are. I don't know. Thank you for posting that link to Tammy's interview, Lee. Thank you for doing that. Homemade chili with spaghetti noodles and garlic bread. Okay. Yep. So like a chili mac type thing, right? Let's see. Better than meatloaf mounds, Berta. Yes, Crashly. That. Although I was surprised Crashly was talking about cooking when she was on with Rebecca. I don't picture Crashly cooking, but I think she said she doesn't cook a lot. But cool. Eve says Tam's Oz and Og sponsor video is fire. She is. Crashly says, well, Rich, when you come over and help me with the orders, I'll take you to the drive-in. Yeah, Crashly says, when are you coming down? And I thought she was a lot closer, but it's 6 hours, but that's not too bad. And I told her, I said, I want to see the little building, but I will be in everything. So that may annoy them. But I also would have to invest in some allergy medication because of the 900 cats. Let's see. Add meatloaf mounds to the spaghetti. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Let's see. They're like a little chili on a hot dog. Now I have a taste for chili. Lenore said to tell you she's making tuna casserole and she's exhausted. Tuna casserole. Have not had that in an age. I was watching, there were two videos on YouTube. They were dinners of like the 70s and dinners of the 80s that no one makes anymore. And one of them was tuna casserole. And I remember having that a lot as a kid. But the problem is that I have grown to not like peas. I don't like the way they pop. I don't like the way they taste. I don't like it. Let's see. Joe says it's pizza night here. We leave the day after tomorrow for Marco Island, Florida. I hear that is beautiful. Nice. I wouldn't cook either. Crashly says I can count on one hand how many things I know how to cook. Mini meatloaves are one of them, but I did make twice baked potatoes for the first time, and they were amazing. That does sound good. Melanie says 900 cats and 2 raccoons. Yeah, I would probably die without some type of allergy medicine, and even then, it doesn't work all the way. Crashly, oh my God, the raccoons. Sarah says I've never had tuna casserole. I have no idea what it is. Okay, so tuna casserole is you got the noodles, mix it with, what is it, like a cream? It's a cream sauce, so probably like a cream of chicken soup with peas. You mix it all together, and then the noodles are cooked. You mix it all together, put it in a pan, and then you put breadcrumbs, or some people do potato chips, and then you bake it, and that gets really crunchy on top, and then you have your tuna casserole. Could be like onions and stuff in it too, but that's the essential gist. Gail says, we watched those food videos last night. Weren't they interesting? Like the 70s, I think I was too young to remember a lot of the meals for the 70s, but there were a couple things in the 80s. I'm like, oh yeah, that was really good. But not that there was nothing gourmet going on in this house really at that time, but still there was a couple things I remember. Crashly says most kids are outside. There's only a few inside, and we sweep and dust to reduce as much dander as possible. Yeah, my eyes swell shut. So still a concern. But anyway, let's see. Shelly's saying she used to live in Naples, talking about the Marco Island. Tuna noodle wiggle, as an old friend used to call it. It's disgusting. It's not disgusting. It's just interesting. What I started eating that I think takes the place of it is I make macaroni and cheese, like Kraft macaroni and cheese, and I put tuna in that. Does anybody do that? Or cut up hot dogs? Marlene says, went on a lot of cruises when we lived in South Florida. That is really why, that is the only reason I would move to Florida, is because I want to be near the cruise ports. But I think that's about it. She uses stovetop to cover it. That sounds good. I'm a proponent of stovetop. I have a box of stovetop, and now I think I want stovetop. I love stovetop. Let's see. Joe's saying she fell in love with it, Marco Island, 9 years ago, and spent their anniversary week there each year now. That sounds amazing. That whiskey wish, all the Jello salads in the 70s. I know. What the heck were they thinking? Glitter Angel, welcome on in. Christopher says, yeah, no offense to anyone, but tuna casserole, God, if you want to see me dry heave. No, my mom made it for her and dad. I couldn't even look at it. Well, now we know when Christopher comes over, everybody plan on having your best tuna casserole. Melly says, the blessing of growing up with a Brazilian Italian mother, no tuna casserole. You know, it's still seeped in every household, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Joe says, I'm down with the cut up hot dogs. Good. We make tuna or hot dog mac all the time, cheap and quick. Absolutely, says Crash. Hi, Tracy. Welcome on in. Crashly says, I don't understand how people make lasagna. The noodles are so long and my pot is only so big. Well, then you break them down. Plus, although I think you could always do this with the no-bake noodles, but you could always sort of do that. You just need to put in extra water and you just bake it, and you don't even have to worry about cooking those noodles first. Graham says, I wonder why diamond painting lives always go food. Exactly. Especially this one. Probably because I'm hungry. Let's see. Ooh, Anxiety Art says yes to the mac and hot dogs. Absolutely. Let's see. Eve says, growing up, kosher meant for no tuna casserole either. Not sure why, because it isn't non-kosher. Because fish is not considered the meat with the dairy, right? Is that the deal? Crashly, you just have to let the bottom of the noodle get soft and then shove the rest of the noodle down. That sounds violent, saying Sarah Ann, but if it makes you feel better, you go ahead and do that. And Eve says, growing up, kosher meant no casseroles, basically because there's dairy in them. Yep. Nothing with gelatin because gelatin is made from pig bones. Crashly said, love to learn how to make casseroles. I admire people that know how to just throw stuff in a baked dish and it's all good. Really, that's all it is. What is it called up in, is it Minnesota? They call it hot dish. And every once in a while I run into somebody who calls it hot dish. And literally it's a ground meat, some type of pasta with vegetables, or maybe not pasta, just vegetables, and then topped with tater tots, and they get nice and crispy. That sounds good. Ditzy says my kids always put tuna in their mac and cheese. Okay, good. Then I don't think I'm weird then. Christopher says I think I'd be mostly down with kosher food. Yep. There's always like the weird things, and I always thought that the tuna was weird. But was it last week? I got the groceries, and I'm like, I need to have my fix of my liverwurst sandwich that's on raisin bread with Miracle Whip. It's amazing. So I got that out of my system for a while. Let's see. Crashly said, I'd love to take a cooking class, but there's none around here really without being like enrolled in school or something. They don't exist there maybe, but they definitely exist around here. And I know I've taken a couple. Crash, if I come down, I'll have to make you guys dinner. I hear you have a really nice kitchen, so maybe I want to do that anyhow. Yeah. Ditzy says, careful, Richard, they're my kids, so you can expect a certain amount of weirdness from them. Yeah, I guess. It doesn't mean I'm clear of the weirdness. But someone else said it too, so I think two pro votes for it. It's good. Sarah Ann says, my current favorite meals are baked pesto chicken and queso chicken. That sounds very good. That sounds very good. Every once in a while, I just get a taste for chicken. I don't know why. Crasher says, yeah, my kitchen is huge, and we have all sorts of cooking tools. I don't know what they are even called. Well, then that's what I'm doing. All right. So talking about today, I don't know if any of you saw or have anything on a wish list for the one with the diamond art, but they're having a 20% off sale today. It goes to 11:59 p.m. UK time. So I think you have about 2 hours. Wait, what is it? Yeah, so it's 4:30, 6:30 there. No, 4:30, 10:30 there. So 2-ish, hour and a half, 2 hours to shop there if you're looking for anything. I know that they have, if anyone likes the Stanley Morrison, is that the name? Drink Dragons. They have Champagne Dragon. I think I did an unboxing of that. If you want to take a look at it, it's not very big. And what was the other one I got? I forget, but wanted to point that out. Also, do we see that Diamond Art Club is now coming out with furniture? Yeah, I don't need furniture. I don't need any more furniture. I don't have any room for anything else here, but I like the fold down table. Like there's a table that just folds down into itself, basically. That would be nice for like sorting or kitting up or something where you need some extra room. And then there's like the desks and stuff that sort of morph into other things. So if you haven't seen that, go check out their website. I think they're launching tomorrow with that. It's similar to anything you'd get at IKEA, Michael's, what have you. Someone actually commented on the post that they got theirs the same thing at Joann's before it went out of business, like at a good sale. So who knows? Dak, they're just too extra sometimes, you know? They are. Here's my thing. Dak, you do good diamond paintings. Stay with the diamond paintings. Let the small businesses have the pens. You could do the tips. That's fine. Let the small businesses do the release papers. Let the other businesses do furniture organization things, right? Leave some piece of the pie out there for everybody. The tips, because they're metal, I'm assuming they're machined somewhere. I don't know how that would work. So and plus they're really nice, so they can keep that. But let's see. Oh my God, just say no to DAC flat pack. Yeah, could you imagine you putting together something from IKEA is bad enough? How would DAC's instructions come? Would they be similar to IKEA? That's just sort of pictures and arrows, or would they have something different? Would they have something fancier? I don't know. Then you hear like the horrible customer service stories. So it would be like, would it just be an index card? It says, "Put it together, fool." I don't know. Let's see. Sarah Ann says kitchen is tiny, so we need to keep our stuff to the basics. Crashly says also buy anything Pioneer Woman. That's interesting. I have a friend who loves the Pioneer Woman, like has been to her house on tour and stuff like that, but she hates all of the because it's flowery, the way it's decorated. A lot of her stuff is decorated. She hates all of that. So Melanie, I see a lot of DAC boxes behind you. No, those are only two. I bought some Star Wars items, and two big boxes. I was hoping it came in a big brown box because I don't want to explain to my neighbors like why I'm getting huge boxes from Diamond Art Club. 2 more boxes may be arriving today. I don't know where they are. The last thing I checked, they were in one town over. So maybe by the end of this, but I purchased all of the Star Wars images except for one. I didn't get the Baby Yoda. Nothing against Baby Yoda, but I just haven't watched The Mandalorian yet, so I don't get the connection. But I got all of them, including the ones that are round. I lost control. I went a little crazy, but I'm looking forward to getting into them and seeing what they're like. I have not watched any unboxings of them, so I don't know like what the special drills look like and stuff. So of course I will go through all of that. Crashly says you've seen a ranch too. Excellent. You love the floral Pioneer Woman line. Okay. Different strokes, right? Do you have DP hanging from pants hangers back there? I do. Those are my whips and recent finishes. I just did that video. I don't think the video went up, but I went through, I got out everything I finished in the last like 2 months, and I went through that. So a couple of these, like those small ones in front, I have to put away again, but those are all my works in progress. In addition to the one that's on my desk right now. Did Atlas Van Lines pull up with your DAC Star Wars order? Close. I did hear a big thud. So whoever was carrying them was angry. Melly says gasp rounds. I know. But there's the one of them that's around is sort of like I think it's the one that looks like the original art from like the VHS tape cover. And I had to have that one. I don't know. I do have also from another company. They're not titled Star Wars, but it's like Alderaan and Hoth images, and they're really cool. I have to maybe get those out and put those all together. Maybe anyone else in the Star Wars? What if we did a Star Wars year-long event? Would I be the only one doing that? Let me know. I hear the Pointer Sisters saying, I'm so excited. Absolutely. 100%. I opened them just to make sure which ones came, but I didn't even open like the boxes yet because I want to do it all at one time. And I'm very excited about special drills. I'm very excited. I know that my love of Star Wars will afford me my first black card, which, by the way, that's how I afforded my Star Wars. I put together $275 worth of Treasure Quest cards and was able to put a nice dent in the Star Wars images. Gail says it's so cool. I fell in love with all of those images. Good, get them. So let's do an event. Shelly says, do you need a Star Wars diamond painting support number? I need a support number for diamond painting, period. I was looking at the video that I did, that I went through my works in progress and stuff. I filmed like this way looking, so you have my diamond painting desk in the background, and you could sort of see into the diamond painting closet. And I may have to do a tour of that, but then y'all will know how truly ill I am. Let's see. Crashly Kerwin said, if you ever sat down actually diamond painting, it would be a Star Wars painting more than likely. That is cool, and that's a good place to start. Eve says, I was thinking you deserve a black card for that purchase. Right? I believe I something. Damn. Christopher, I don't do Star Wars, but I love me some cute, adorable baby Yoda. All right, I won't judge you for that, for not liking Star Wars, Christopher. It's okay. You live in New Jersey. It's okay. Gail said, I didn't get any of the images yet, but I would be down with an event, right? That would be sort of fun. That would be really cool. But I'm spinning. Did I go out for a while? I don't know. Did my internet hiccup? I don't know. I'm like sitting here staring at the screen trying to figure it out. Comcast has a way of working in your area and telling you the day after. All right, I did freeze. Okay, but I'm back. Hopefully, I'm back. But I don't know I don't know what that was. So what we were saying, Baby Yoda images down for event. The sad thing, although maybe not too sad, is like you can't get a lot of swag with Star Wars because it's not licensed. But I am using my crafts with Crashly papers with the Death Star and all the ships on it and stuff. I also have the lightsaber one. I think I bought these years ago. Not years ago, but like a couple years ago, just because I'm like, oh, I like Star Wars. I'm going to buy them. And when I was getting out my first Star Wars image, I thought, oh man, it would be great to have some Star Wars release papers. And then boom, here we go. So this one is called Space Battle. I don't know. Do you guys still have these out there? You definitely should, because now Star Wars is coming back. But Space Battle is this one, and the other one is like Sabers of Peace or something like that. Christopher said, I said it didn't say I like it. I just saw one of them. It's just okay, not my thing. But I would watch it with someone if they wanted. Yeah, they're which one was it? It was one of the recent movies, The Rise of Skywalker, and like you figure out some things, like some of the plot twists come together, and I literally yelled in the theater. I'm like, who is she? And it was really loud, but then it went really soft, and like everyone was like, we don't know him. But I was so intrigued. I was trying to figure out who the Rey character was before you knew who Rey was. So yeah. You froze for a second. I really hope that someone grabbed the screenshot. There's a release paper for that. Nice. Nice. Unofficial release papers. Yes, unofficial. Although that would make Kerwin twitch probably. Anything that would be even remotely. He doesn't go for that. But okay, what else? 82 days to my cruise. Did I mention that? So they redid their website a little bit, Royal Caribbean, and I looked up how many points I have, and it seems that I've been the way that they calculate it is each night at sea you get a point. So I usually cruise solo with, thanks, Berta. Thanks for getting, Berta has the picture. Great. But you get a point for every night. And because I cruise solo in a double cabin, I get 2 points a night. But then I cruised right after COVID, so I got 3 points a night. But according to their calculations, I've been at sea for 72 nights, and that is totally not enough. So I'm looking to make that grow a little bit. Another purchase I made this week. Have you seen Enabler's Outpost? They have 2 Beetlejuice pictures and a Wednesday picture. They were just released from Reagan Kubitschek. I had to have the Beetlejuice ones, and then I got the Wednesday one too, because I'm excited to see the second season of that. They're fun. One is Lydia and one is Beetlejuice, as sort of like when he like becomes the carnival thing. So I'm looking forward to doing those. Hi, Christine. Welcome on in. Okay, so I have something to tell you about. And Jaylee Lee, this goes to your story time question. So a couple weeks ago, sitting at the computer and scrolling through Facebook, I'm sure, and I saw something and I thought, I want to look into this. So I clicked into it, was reading up on it, and I thought, well, I want to see what it is. So I ordered one. So what it is, it's a site called bookbyanyone.com. And what it is it asks you a number of questions, and you can answer as many or as little as you like. Questions like, what's your name? What do you do for a living? What's your favorite activity? Who's your best friend? All this other stuff. So I went through, Sammy's my best friend. I love to diamond paint, and I work at a bank. I think other than name, that was the only stuff that I really gave to them. And they said a couple weeks later, you'll get a book. That AI will take that information and write a book for you. So I think I've found the most appropriate use of AI here. Because what I was used to, or what I was sort of expecting but not expecting, is when I was younger, and one of my first jobs, I worked at a Hallmark/office supply store, and I would have to cover the Hallmark store side once in a while. And they had things that it was, you had like pre-printed paper, and you could type in a kid's name, and then you would put it through the dot matrix printer, and it would just fill in where the kid's name goes. So it was like a little story that, oh, here's the kid's name, and that's how it was inserted. And there were some books like that I would get as a kid. I was not expecting a 250-page book. Actually, 244 pages of book. Was not expecting this. But let me tell you, it's pretty cool. So this is the #1 bestseller fiction book of 2025, The Missing $1 Million Mural, The Tales of Rich Schneider. And look at the cover. This is, I think they got a picture, I think. So this is supposed to be me, not too far off. Maybe. This is supposed to be Sammy. They did get Sammy wrong. Obviously, in this picture, he looks like a Chihuahua, maybe. And in the book, they refer to him like as a golden retriever. But I'm taking it as maybe he has a golden retriever personality, because that could be. But look, they somehow AI figured out, oh, let's put diamonds in the background. I don't know what that's for. So here's the deal. I have not read this yet. I flipped through it. And there's some writing in here that is absolutely incredible for thinking that a computer did this. There is here, I'll just read you a couple lines. As much as he tried to shake it, there was an undeniable sinking feeling in his stomach, an insatiable thirst for something outside the pixelated prison of spreadsheets and ledgers. Pixelated prison, come on. I mean, there's a couple things just by looking through, that I was just flipping through and I'm reading them aloud. Listen to the name of some of these chapters. Dazzling Diamonds in Danger. That probably would have been, I wish I knew that before I did my channel, because maybe that could be the name of the channel. Sammy the Sidekick. Diamond Dogs and Double Crosses. Droopy Ears and Dead Ends. The Dog and the Detective. Whiskers and Whodunits. I mean, this thing is just like, it's like a real book. So what I thought I would do is, for the members of the channel, if you're not aware, I posted a sample and then I took it down because those were adult oriented. But I thought I'm going to do story time, doing a chapter at a time. And it will be the first time I'll be reading it. So you'll discover the book with me. And there will be a members video only until I probably get all of them posted. And then I may unlock them for everybody. But if you wanted to read along, and supposedly people like the sound of my voice, which is odd to me, here we go. I would do probably, the chapters are pretty long, so I would probably do a chapter a session. But like I said, I have read a couple pages of the first pages, but that's all I've read. So you would be discovering it with me, and it has to do with diamond painting. So why not? So if you're looking for a fun gift for somebody, and so the way it works, like I told you, you put your name, you answer some questions, and then the computer thinks for a couple minutes, and it comes back and it'll give you 3 titles with short descriptions underneath of it. And then you can choose one of those, or you tell it to go back and rethink, and that'll bring more items to you. So here is the back. And here's the thing. I love cozy mysteries. Anyone else read cozy mysteries? So they're mysteries, but they always have something else going on in them. There's a couple rules for cozy mysteries. Your person finding the dead body and stuff cannot be a law enforcement person. They have to be a plain regular person. So like there is Joanne Fluke has Hannah Swenson. She owns a cookie store and she does baking, and there's recipes in the book. There's Joanne Fluke. Avery Adams has one that the lady owns a bookstore. And there's coffee drink recipes in there. There's knitting. There's all these different crafts that fall in cooking. I forgot the name of the cooking one. There's a really famous cooking one, but there's no diamond painting cozy mystery. So I'm curious to see how this reads. But let me read to you just the back, because we're at Barnes & Noble or Borders, and you pick this up and you go, wow, that's a good looking guy. What are these diamonds back here? I like diamond painting. Let's read the back. A masterpiece in mystery. Banker by day, diamond painter by night. Rich Schneider's humdrum life takes a glittering turn when his $1 million mural disappears without a hint. Step aside mundane evenings or meetings with his what is this? Auricular ace of a canine. Sammy, Rich must swap spreadsheets for sleuthing. As whimsical suspects emerge and fresh paw prints are followed, can this accidental detective duo solve the art heist of the century before all fades to grayscale? And the canine connoisseur says, in this whodunit worth 1 million laughs, man's best friend truly steals the show. So how fun is that? So yeah, so let's have story time. If you want, go, if you're already a member, I will start this within the next week or so. I'll post the first one out there. But if you want to hear along, you can become a member of the channel. It's only $1.99 a month. Just, to cover this was $32. Just to help pitch in with that. But this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It won't be the double entendre and stuff. And good Lord, I hope there's no spicy stuff in here, because I'm not reading spicy stuff with y'all about me. I have to put my foot down there. Gail says, I love cozy mysteries, especially ones with animals. Yes. Jeanette loves the cozy mysteries. The Vampire Knitting Club. Yes. Thank you, Artemis. Let's see. Hey, Artemis, I think I will be taking the canvas out of time out this week. And Artemis says, dude, it's paid for, so why not? Sounds good to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Eve has gifted 10 memberships. Well, thank you, Eve. That was very nice. And it says Gwen is a new member. So is that like, did Gwen join? Thank you. Or is that part of Eve's thing? Gifted Speaking of Diamonds membership. So does that mean I have to give them out? Because I don't see them assigning it to people. This could be fun. This is good timing. Thank you for doing that, Eve. That was very. Oh no, here we got them in the chat, in the other chat. They're not in the they're not in StreamYard. They're in YouTube. So let me switch over. So Gwen, thank you so much. Welcome to the 1 carat diamond level. Crash really says I'd pay more than $1 to hear spicy stuff. And you, yeah, thanks. No, we're not doing that. So congratulations, Nancy. Nancy is on her cruise right now, but when she gets home, she will be a member of Speaking of Diamonds. Val, congratulations. Jamie Wolf, congratulations. I'm sure that that's something Eve set up since you guys just met in real time, real person, in face. What am I saying? Face to face in real life. Michelle Hunter, congratulations. The Diamond Painting Cure, congratulations on getting the free membership. Linda Kendall and Elizabeth and Edward from Enablers Outpost, congratulations. And who else? Crafting with Shay. Hey, Shay. I don't know if Shay, does Shay have to be here to win? I don't know. I haven't seen her comment, but she's got a free, I feel like Oprah, you got a membership and you got a membership. Dana Kappas received a free membership, and Kupakai, Jenny, and Berta is stomping her foot for some reason. How do you gift memberships? What on earth? So Crashly, they used to let creators gift. I have to get off of this because the video timing is off, so I have to go back to StreamYard. They used to give creators, I think it was $5 a month that you could give away. So then when I was able to do memberships and stuff, people were like, do the members. Well, then I looked and I think they stopped that. So now you have to go, when you don't do it in StreamYard, you go to YouTube and you click the $sign that's underneath the chat, and then you could buy, and then it will give it out to folks. And it picks people randomly. I'm assuming either whether they're in the chat at that time or not, but then people have a free month membership to your channel. So that's cool. Thank you, Eve. That was really cool of you to do that. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Gail says she joined. Thank you, Gail. Think the person gets a notification email. I think so too. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll find out now, right? Rich, if you need help with a spicy written side quest, let me know. Ask Crashly. Oh, that sounds dangerous. Dangerous. Let's see. Artemis is the master of spicy writing. Okay. Val says, thank you for the gifted membership. Yep. Thank you, Eve. Diamond Cure is named Liz in the UK. Okay. You can also gift, I believe, once a month for free. I'm stopping you from stopping your foot. I'm not sure. I don't remember what I said, but they did away with the free giveaways. I never can get the memberships because I don't keep a card on file. Yes, to purchase it, but you never know if maybe you get the free one. I don't know. You have to have something turned on too. If you're interested in maybe ever getting that and you've never gotten it, Google how do I get a YouTube free membership or gifted membership, and it'll tell you there's one setting that you have to have turned on that I think is typically turned on, but some people turn it off, and that does not allow that anymore. Berta says, oh, they stopped it. Yeah. Ask Artemis for the spicy side adventure. Okay. Well, Artemis, you may have written the a check there that you need to cash now. So I don't know. Do you want to listen along and then insert a chapter somewhere using the word insert purely as nothing else, Eve? We're not spicy yet, but I thought this was super fun. This could be fun for kids, the husbands, whatever. So join me and listen along. And those of you who got the free memberships, maybe you'll get to the first 3 or 4 chapters. Maybe we'll get through those. And who knows? You may want to stick around to hear the rest of the story. Paul Harvey, right? That's the rest of the story. All right. What else? Talks about enablers. I'm working on, so Captured by Radiance. So a couple things. If you look down in the description of any of my videos, I have a couple discount codes. Some of them are for first purchases only, but some of them can be used time and time again. So Crashly, if you are buying some papers, some of the fantastic papers that Kerwin and Crash put together, there's an affiliate code down there that will give you a little discount. DAC is down there, but that I know that's just a first one. Maybe Dreamer Designs, I think I have one through them, but the newest one is for Captured by Radiance, and I am now an affiliate with them, and I will be doing unboxings, sneak peeks and stuff like that for them. And I'm very excited because I'm very excited about some of their artwork, specifically this Winter's King storybook. They're going to have like 13 different characters coming out. And this lion that I'm working on is absolutely incredible. I'm blinging it up like a lot in my experience. And I've never, like, typically I plan my bling, but I don't plan my bling. But this time I literally took and cross-referenced all my DMC codes. Where is it on the canvas? What can I do with it? And I think at last count I was swapping out 15 different drills for a sparkler or crystal confetti or crystal or dust drill. And did y'all see this week that Tima launched the hexacubes? So a hexacube is, it covers 2, 4, 6 spots, but it's 2 across and 3 down. So it's like a rectangle. And Cheryl had them at the GLE retreat, and I bought every color that she had. So this last Friday, they had a color that I didn't have, so I had to get that. And I got some extras of the colors I really liked. But this lion has flowers around his neck, and in most of the flowers, I've used a quad cube for the center of the flower, but this flower, it was bigger, it was taller, and it just deserves a hexacube. So I used my first one. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to get this done, and I'm going to do a post review on it because Captured by Radiance has some good stuff. So go check them out. They have releases like every week or so. I think it's a couple weeks. My first sneak peek, I have it, but it's not going to be out until September. So they're working way ahead. But the ladies that run the place, they're so fun. Their fairy dust drills are called unicorn poop. And they're like, we just did that because we want to have fun. So putting some unicorn poop down on here. And they also make pens. I ordered a pen and I got one gifted to me from the owners. So we'll take a look at that probably when I do the post review. And they also do amazing crystals. I think I may have talked about them before in one of my videos or something, but crystals, whether it's a sphere, tower, they have these things. It's like a metal angel, or there's like a butterfly or a dragon. The dragon one is one I like. And then there's these crystal wings, essentially, and they are absolutely beautiful. So go check them out, and you can use the code down below to get yourself a little bit of a discount. And then full disclosure, I may get a little commission from the whole thing. Thank you. But if you're going to buy it anyhow, right? Do me a solid. And I know like a lot of creators have those things out there. So rotate through and be fair and give everybody a piece of the pie. You said I bought the hex cubes at GLE with the encouragement from Rochelle, bling it up. Yeah. Did you see Rochelle's canvas? I think she has finished it, and I think I saw it posted on YouTube. So Rochelle is Bling It Up. That's the name of her channel. And she is like a master blinger. And her canvas was so sparkly under fluorescent lighting. Okay. Fluorescent, school lighting type thing. It sparkled. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this thing as well, it's really coming together nicely. The drills themselves are obviously they're nice quality drills, clean, so they sparkle. But then, of course, adding in the sparklers just takes it to a whole nother level. Christine says, I got 4 sets of those wings. They are gorgeous. Really? Wow. That sounds amazing. I need to look again to see. There was one that had, I forget what the crystal was, but it was black and white, and it was a dragon. And I wanted to maybe get that one. But very cool. Very, very, very cool. Let's see what else has come in that I've been maybe using. I did get the last butterfly effects wares. This was like last week's colorway. They called it Monarch Butterfly because it looks like the colors of a monarch butterfly, and there's little butterflies in it. I didn't know that, but I like the colorway because it also is Halloweenish, right? But it doesn't scream Halloween, and that's sort of the thing I like. That's what I like to have. So yeah, I can't think of anything else that new has come in. I have a couple videos coming out this week. One will be the walkthrough update on the temperature chart. If anybody is following along with the temperature chart, you can see the new colors that are going up. And then, of course, my finishes for the bubble round, looked at those, plus the one that Christopher so kindly corrected it, folks, in, I think it was his live, or was it a video? He said a lot of people are doing specials, and that's okay. I'm going to allow it. So then I realized that this one here, the first one that's hanging there, it's not a bubble round. It's like a special because it has flowers or drills are shaped as flowers. So I'm like, okay, corrected. But I do have 2 real bubble rounds back there. And then the one I completed at GLE retreat that came from Tima, because I forgot my extra diamonds here at home. So I couldn't work on my Twilight Temple from Dreamer Designs that I'm doing for the Asian event. So I did Tima's because it was all there. Let's see. Artemis says, I saw her post and the eyes are insanely beautiful, right? Christine says they were much larger than I had envisioned. Christopher says record straight. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry that I came into your event with a non-bubble round, but I thought because they were on the same page, I thought I was doing the right thing, but I now know. Bad me. Yeah, so what else? I don't know. Let's see what's going on this week. I have a quiet week, work. I will probably be meeting my new boss for the first time in person on Thursday. I'll go into the office on Thursday. I know members, you asked for out and about days in the life. may take you on a ride over to the operations center over in Naperville and go through or drive through on the street, not actually through it, the Arboretum, stuff like that. I'll take you on a little tour of the western suburbs. The last one, we went up to the specialty vet and went up there and showed you around the specialty vet building a little bit. The place is just amazing. But Sammy's doing well, so we don't have to go there for until a couple months. I think we got like 3 months break, provided that nothing goes wrong. But he's doing really well. I think now that we got his thyroid worked out, I think he's feeling a lot better, and his hair is growing back. And I mean, I love him regardless, but I want the fluffy tail back. I want fuzzy Sammy back. Yeah, he's unfortunately, I do think having his thyroid back up is now making him extra hungry because he wants to eat all the time. And like it's 5 o'clock now, he doesn't typically eat until 6:37, but he's going to start begging me for dinner right now. I see a question about Jeanette. So Jeanette, let me get you a sample. I got it. Whatever. So Jeanette said, what's a bubble round? So this is the one that I believe is the true bubble round, but it is all rounds and they're all different sizes. And in this instance, they make, this really pretty, very sparkly design. But it's different, definitely different from doing a diamond painting because you're doing the different sizes and stuff. But I really like how they make the gradient look and stuff like that. This is another one that I started, but it got a little funky down here that some of the drills, like they weren't fitting the pattern and stuff. So I stopped that one. But then this one, this is the non-bubble round. This is not a bubble round, people. No bubble round. Paper, Christopher, for your next event is me holding this up right now with the big no through it. This is not a bubble round, but look at, that's a drill. That purple or pink flower there, look at the red flowers. Why is this camera going crazy? I don't know what's happening, but that's a special drill, so it's not a bubble round. So hope that gave you if you search, Christopher go to the Bubble Round Facebook page. He has a couple links to some companies that sell the bubble rounds. But essentially, if you go to Amazon, I think if you search for special size or special drills or something like that, all of them will come up, including the ones with truly special drills. But that's where I found some of my bubble rounds. Let's see. Let me go back up. Eve says that she did the same thing with specials for bubble events. So now we all know, we have been schooled. I didn't know what a bubble round was beforehand. Christopher educated folks, and I have a couple of them because they're fun little snacks, right? Why not? Hi, Debbie, welcome on in. Continue to lurk, please continue to lurk. People are saying hi to Debbie. Crashly says it reminds her of Deborah Malcolm's art. Yes, because Deborah Malcolm does, like, what was the one that I did? I think it was penguins, and it was like orange. It looks like sunset. It gives me, a lot of her stuff gives me Lion King vibes. It'd be like this, and all of a sudden there's like a giraffe walking through it or something like that. The gradient, yes, Jeanette, isn't it? It's really pretty. And I will say that some of the larger drills, I was having a little bit of trouble picking up with a diamond painting pen because the tip is too narrow. So really quick tips, if you choose to work on one of these, try an Ivy Dazzler if you have one, because the tips are a little bit wider. They're not as narrow. Okay. So they grab onto the drills a little bit better. Plus, I bought one of these, which I've tried before, and I hated it because I'm a heavy presser, but one of these pencils, right? Wax pencil, and just super light, boom, boom, boom. And this worked well. So I had to stock up on those because I did buy a couple other bubble rounds. Let's see. Check the Facebook group, says Jeanette. Yes, please check that out. He does. He has a couple links to a company. Let me. I think I may have mentioned this before, but I'll tell it again. One of the companies that Christopher linked to, I went to the website or the link they provided that brought you to. I think it brought you to the actual page you needed to be on. And I saw, and actually I found like this blue one and the orange one. Here's the Tmall one that I did. Isn't that cool? I'm now into neon drills because these pop so well. So I went there, found a couple, put them in the cart. I went to check out, and it was your typical Shopify checkout window, right? And I'm going to put in my address, stuff like that. And Illinois is not in the box. It's not in the listing. I thought, well, this is an oversight. What the heck? So I messaged or emailed them and I said, hey, I'm trying to check out, but I can't see Illinois in the box. And I'm thinking that it's something with like Shopify, whatever. They sent me back an email and says, we don't sell to Illinois because there's dishonest people living there. I'm sorry. You don't know me. Don't judge me. 1, 2, 5 people in Illinois speak for all the rest of us. So I had to go to another link, and Christopher has a good point on Amazon. There sometimes bubble or paintings for kids have the small bubble rounds. Gail says I picked the bigger ones up with my multiplacer. Yeah, that would work. That would absolutely work too. That's a good tip. Thank you. Chris is the bubble round in nudie booty. Wait, I have to read that again because Chris is the bubble round in nudie booty info in your regular group, or is it a different group? Oh, I know the bubble round is its own thing. I don't know where the nudie booty one is. Maybe he can tell us that. What did I say that everyone's saying? What now? What? The nudie booty? You said that, Artemis. What are you asking that for? But Chris is also doing nude, rude, and crude. And, dishonest people in Illinois, right? The only dishonest people in Illinois are our governors. Every governor has gone to prison. Not every. A lot of our governors have gone to prison. Those are the only dishonest people. But I'm laying off events except for Witch with Diamond Art Emporium. If you missed, Tammy did a video, Elisa Marie did a video, where we are hosting Witch with Diamond Art Emporium. It's a Halloween. It's not like Drills and Chills is anything autumn. This is strictly Halloween. And if you use a canvas that is purchased from Diamond Art Emporium, your prizes automatically double. So if you win a $50 gift certificate and your canvas is from Diamond Art Emporium, you get a $100 gift certificate. So go check that out. There is a Facebook page for that. I'll see if maybe someone can throw a link up here, but if not, just go to search for Witch, W-H-I-C-H, Witch, W-I-T-C-H. You know, there and there. You have to know the difference there. You can check that out. So I'm hosting that one. So I have a Diamond Art Emporium canvas coming. So that will be my probably last one for the year. I'll observe, but I want to get my whips done. Carol says, it's so funny. I think we're all connected to Al Capone and mobsters here in Illinois. Yeah, right. I mean, quite honestly, the mobsters are probably more ethical than probably some of the people that are in charge now. But I've heard that people that go to, and I guess, this happened to me one time on a cruise. Supposedly when you go overseas, this particular story was someone was in China, Asia, somewhere, and they were talking to someone and said, "Where are you from?" And they said, "Oh, I'm from Chicago." And they said, "Oh, Michael Jordan and Capone, the mobsters." Great. Yeah, thanks. Not because we have a really tall building or anything, but that's what we're known for. Interesting story. My grandfather on my mother's side was the police chief of Cicero, Illinois. So all the Illinoisans know exactly where this is going. He used to drive Al Capone around in the back of his cop car. And supposedly my grandfather would, take care, Al, have a good day. We'd turn around and there'd be a stack of bills on the back seat. I don't know if it's true, but it's a fun family story. Do with it what you will. Let's see. Hi, Tank. Welcome on in. Debbie Rice says, I watched Ren on Tammy's live. What a down to earth and humble person. Yes, he is. He is super into the community. He wants to make things that people can use and whatnot. He's very into customizing for you and whatnot. So it's a good shop to check out. Diamond Art Emporium. He's on Etsy, but he also has diamondartemporium.com. I would go to the website because it has the more of the ones that are for the event, but some of the stuff is on Etsy as well. So that is that. So yeah, I have a couple more bubble rounds, so I'm ready for next year's, Christopher. And I think you put something out there. It said you talked to your person that you're in cahoots with, and there's going to be another one. So cool. Christopher says, I demand you all give Rich a big old thumbs up now. Just do it or you'll be sorry. Yeah, Christopher will get mad. I don't know. Gail says, I just ordered my canvas from Diamond Art Emporium. Excellent. Fantastic. Hi, Tank. Plus, I was told Etsy costs the shop owners more. Yes, that is exactly why he's moving, is because Etsy takes a bigger piece of the pie. I think that's the second time I've said piece of the pie, and now I'm singing the Jeffersons theme song in my head. But Etsy takes a bigger cut. So did he move to Shopify? I know there's like different places you can go, but I know Shopify is a big one. Jeanette says the website for Diamond Art Emporium has the best selection in general. I agree. I definitely agree with that. And there is also some stuff out there that is nude, maybe crude. So probably not for this year because it's already started. But if you need something for next year, go check it out. There's some nude, rude, and crude stuff out there. Maybe not rude. Nude for sure. Yeah. So I think that's it. Sammy's sitting down the hallway right now and he's staring at me because he wants to go outside. No, he wants dinner, but I'm going to take him outside instead, and then he's going to be mad at me. But this is what I go through every night. He sits there and he stares at me and wants to go out or something. I don't know. I have to go figure it out. Christopher says, well, since Ren and Arslan was mentioned, breaking news, Ren is sponsoring Rude, Nude, and Crude, RNC. Did I know that? I think he mentioned that. He also sponsored the Pride event. But yeah, he's very much into the community. He is the only, these small shops, they do a fantastic job giving stuff away through these events, the gift cards, the product, whatever they're giving. They're fantastic, and they really help these events attract people to them because you may win something, right? I think he said, "Oh, I'll do a $50 gift card." He goes, "Is that enough? Maybe I should do 100." Slow your roll. It's like you have a business to run. But yeah, he's a nice guy. That group, I'm assuming that group may be It does. I don't know what that group is. Melanie posted a group. Thank you. Yes, the small shops all deserve a big, huge round of applause. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I have a gift card to use with Crashly, so I'm waiting to find something that I don't already have, and that speaks to me. So maybe the next community paper. I don't know. But yeah, Chris's event group. Thank you, Melanie. That is the link to Chris's event group. So let's see what else. So Drills and Chills is coming. I started watching. I'm getting in the mood for autumn because I started watching. What was it called? Once Upon a Time. It was on ABC, and it's that show where fairy tale characters are like stranded in this town, but they don't know it. But the evil queen is there with them, and she knows it. And she's been pulling the puppet strings for all this time, and now there's a person in town who can fix all of this. And started watching it a couple times, and I don't know, maybe because I wasn't a captive audience, but I started watching it now, and now I'm into it. But I loved like the music that comes with it, and there's wolves and there's spooky stuff and there's witches. So I'm getting in the mood for Halloween now, and for autumn in general. So maybe go check that out. It's on Hulu. That's at least where I'm streaming it from, but that's what I'm watching. And I haven't been listening to my audiobooks. That's bad, but now I've been watching this show, and I'm getting. Did Kara get you watching it? No, I picked up myself, Artemis. Gail says loved Once Upon a Time. Yeah, it isn't really the woman who plays the evil witch. Like she fits that character. Like she's doing a really good. She's doing a really good job. Even when she's like in the town and she's a normal person, she's clearly the witch. She's clearly brought that over from the fairy tale land, whatever. But it's cool. Like the one, I'm only on season 1, but she sent. You meet these 2 kids, and they're sort of rambunctious and stuff. Ends up that they're Hansel and Gretel, and she sends them into the witch's house to get something. But if you love fairy tales, it's great for that as well. I didn't know the Huntsman. I didn't know the Huntsman story. I knew of Rumpelstiltskin, but I didn't know the story behind him. So of course I'm Googling all of this stuff as I'm watching it. But Artemis's Grimm is so good. Grimm, that was another show. Mutnut says, Once Upon a Time really made you think about the fairy tales that were told as a kid. Not only that, yes, what were the fairy tales about? But what I've come to learn is that the fairy tales that we're told here, at least in the States, are sanitized from how they really are. Like if you go back and read the actual Grimm Brothers fairy tale, they're more violent. Like there's not happy endings all the time. It's really sort of interesting. They need more episodes. The way it ends will floor you. Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I watched the first season Once Upon a Time and loved Rumpelstiltskin's voice. Yeah, he's like really creepy in like non-Rumpelstiltskin time too. Everything comes with a price, Derry. Yes. I love anything lore related. Me too. I'm really enjoying this. And I figure since I'm working on like a fairy tale character with this lion, and I have other fairy tale type stuff, it sort of fits the mood right now. So I'm really enjoying that. Artemis says, my mom told me the real ones because they teach lessons. They do. Like they really do. They scare the crap out of you. Scare the crap out of you. There's your lesson. Don't do that. Tink says, Once Upon a Time was amazing. Loved it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And I didn't realize that, is it Jamie Dornan? Is that his name? Mr. Gray, right? He's in it for a little bit. Yeah, I don't think, did I recognize anybody else? I don't think I've recognized anybody else, but it's a fun show, but a good show. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today, and we're coming up on the 90-minute mark. So I think I'm gonna let y'all go and get on with the rest of your Sunday. As always, thank you for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the give me a thumbs up to give me that like so that my numbers get a little bit better. Make sure you're subscribed. You have the notifications set on. Members, congratulations to the new members that were gifted today. Again, thank you to Eve. And look forward to, and anyone else who maybe wants to hear the story of the Tales of Rich Schneider about the missing $1 million mural, diamond painting mural that I had. I will start hosting read-throughs of this book chapter at a time. I will say I'm just going to read it. So if I stumble over words and stuff, I mean, it would be the same thing if I was, sitting next to anybody and reading a story to them. So, but come discover this with me and see what happens with the $1 million mural. So thank you, everybody. I will talk to you next week. I'll see you throughout the week in a couple videos that are going out. And yeah, everybody stay safe. And remember, there's no wrong way to diamond paint. So you do you, and you do you in life in general. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.